Welcome to the Spectrum, where a bumper Mother's Day crowd has witnessed another thrilling game of basketball. The Heat took on the Worthing Thunder, who were looking for revenge after last week's 104-101 defeat to the Heat. And their crowd was served up a really thrilling game of basketball. The Thunder jumped out to a very early 31-17 lead at the end of the first quarter, but the Heat chipped away at that, brought it all the way back and tied it 87-87 with the last play of the game on a Teo Ogundengbe dunk. Sent the game into overtime. Unfortunately, the Heat couldn't hang on. Worthing jumped out with an 8-0 run at the start of overtime, and that was effectively the game. The Thunder running out 102-96 winners. The Heat were led by an amazing performance from Chad McKnight, who scored 39 points, personal season high for the Heat head coach. Were ably supported by Teo Ogundengbe's 22 points. And 14 points from Julius Joseph. Unfortunately, it was not enough, and the Heat went down 102-96. I'm here with Teo Ogundengbe. Teo, disappointing loss today. Anything you can say to explain what happened at the end of the game there?
First quarter, we weren't there. It took us a long time to get our rhythm in the first quarter. Second quarter, we were getting there. By the time we got to the fourth, we managed to tie it and go into overtime. Overtime, we shut down. We didn't really wake up to the situation that the game was in. Tie game. Overtime, we need to come even harder than we did in the first, second, and third, and fourth. But we didn't really recognise that we need to come harder. Worthing did. They recognised that they need to come at us, came straight at us, and took the game.
And your own personal performance, you had 22 points overall, 17 of those coming in the second half. Were you deliberately playing a different sort of game in the second half?
In the first half, I kind of took a step back to let Chad attack more, and I kind of stayed out to give him some more space. We went into the locker room, and Rich told me to attack, so I just took it on my back to try and attack them more, and it worked, paid off.
Because you got a lot of your points very close to the basket, a lot of drive to the basket in the second half.
Yeah. So he said to me, attack them because their defense is weak, so I took that upon myself to, and it was right, they didn't really play great man-to-man defense. That's why later on they had to switch up into the zone, which then caused us some more problems.
And you got the tying basket to send the game into overtime. Do you want to talk us through that?
The play was called, but I came down to set a down pick for Jules to get him open. The play was called, and my man went up after I set the down pick. So I flashed to just under the basket, and luckily LA saw me, so I managed to get an open basket. But they weren't really, Worthing at that point weren't really focused on defense, so I managed to get an easy bucket.
Excellent. Okay, so looking forward now, we've put ourselves in a little bit of a hole. We've got 7 games left, and we've got we've got to get 3 more wins than Worthing to overtake them. So every match from now on going to be a must-win match?
Yeah. Every match counts. Luckily today we couldn't really get it, but our philosophy at the moment is just to go hard and try and get everything we can. As you can see from the scores, we're not settling. We're not taking ourselves out yet. We're trying to work hard for everything we've got. We've had a up and down season, this and that, injuries. So not to blame anything, but we're still not ruling ourselves out yet. I'm definitely not ruling us out yet.
And how much did we miss Mike on the defensive end tonight?
Oh, we miss Mike a lot. I mean, Mike's a consistent player, so you can't help but miss a player like Mike on defense and on offense. So.
Okay, I'm here with Chad McKnight. And Chad, I see you brought your own personal fan club today.
Yeah, definitely. This is the team from ACS Egham, and we coach them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yes, this is the middle school team. I'll slide to the side so you guys can see them. So there you go.
Looks prettier on camera than you.
Yeah, definitely. They look a lot better than I do.
Yeah, so. Did you enjoy the game, girls?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, so Chad, disappointing result, obviously, but a good fight back to get it going into overtime. Anything you want to say about the game?
Yeah, it was a tough game. I mean, coming down to the first couple minutes in overtime, we did kind of let things slip with a few turnovers started, so that's where we kind of hurt ourselves. So, I mean, we're pretty much battling back the whole overtime. And I told the guys we had been in that situation before, and to come out and play strong, but I mean, it was just 2 bad plays at the beginning, and then we were pretty much chasing the game for the rest of the 5 minutes of overtime.
And early on, we dug ourselves a bit of a hole, 31-17 down at the end of the first quarter. Why did we come out so flat?
I'm not for sure. I mean, with playing, with having it, maybe it was the day off between, but then we've had a day off between games before. I don't know if they thought just because we beat them 2 times before, we beat them last time, but so I really can't put my finger on it. I mean, it's just about going back and watching tape and kind of assess, from one game to the next, what the difference was. So, but I really can't place the reason why that we came out slow.
But a very good fight back. I mean, we slowly chipped away at the lead and we got it right back down and tied it on a tail basket with a couple of seconds left on the shot clock. So you must have been pleased with the guys and the way they fought back and the way they stuck at it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of those games that it's going to be a tough game because, number one, we're right below them in the table, and every game that we play is going to be hard. I mean, but guys fought back even though we were down. Their biggest lead was 21. We came back. So, I mean, yeah, the fight was good, but still a little bit disappointed on how the game ended. Especially in the last 5 minutes, that's when you need to stick together as a team, play more defense and things like that. But I really can't knock guys' effort, you know what I mean, because guys gave all they had.
And on a personal note, you got 39 points, a season high.
Yeah, 39 wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough for the win. So it's when you have a big game, it's only a big game if you win.
Thank you, Chad.
Yep, thanks a lot.
Thank you, girls.